That's pretty true.
How many books have you written?
About 12 and bestsellers.
Never a
Greatest
children's
clip
book, though,
ever, right
Oh, I
here.
want to do that.
Okay. Because I would like to make $1 trillion or whatever it is
Okay.
that you have also. So I've ghostwritten a book that I put your name on, okay? And it's called Winners Aren't Losers. May I read it to you?
Yes, I like it.
Winners aren't losers. They're winners, like me. A loser's a loser. Which one will you be? The dog is a loser, and frankly, I pity it. This dog did bad deals. This dog is an idiot. This lobster's a loser. Throw him in the pot. I like a lobster who doesn't get caught. There are two kinds of people. Which one will you be? A loser like them? Would you like to finish? Or a winner?
Like me.
Okay, I have to come clean. I'm not up to date on my boosters. But I'm going next week.
How would you say your mental focus is?
Oh, it's focused.
It's focused.
I think it's, I haven't, look, I have trouble even mentioning, even saying to myself, my own head, the number of years. I no more think of myself as being as old as I am than fly.
What is
I mean,
he
it's just
talking
not,
about?
I haven't observed anything in terms of, there's not things I don't do now that I did before.
This is great.
It's
This is
physical or
absolutely
mental or anything
awesome.
else.
Spitting in the drinks of Trump supporters. Are you at a bar or brewery or restaurant in which you did not expect to see a Trump supporter because their website and decor otherwise declared that they are LGBTQIA plus friendly? Maybe they've got a pride flag. Maybe they've got a BLM flag in their window. But you still, for some reason, see an ungodly Trump supporter, and heaven forbid, they're also wearing Trump merchandise? Well, take an unfinished drink from a table, spit in it, bring it over to them, and tell them that you bought them one. And then pray to whatever glorious creature gets you out of bed in the morning that they'd take a sip of it and suffer for the rest of the day. Thank you. Goodbye.
Imagine being trans and trying to go get your medication.
I can't imagine.
And I literally walk up there, the lady on the phone is like, oh, can I have your last name? And so I give it to her. She's like, oh, okay, I'll meet you out there and I'll give you your prescription, right? So I'm waiting and she comes out and then she says, oh, is this for? And then she says my dead name.
Oh my God.
And I'm like,
Really?
my name is Rylan.
Sir, I've made a terrible mistake.
And she just looks at me. And then she puts the medication on the table and
Oh my gosh.
shuts the door and locks
How
it
dare
behind
she?
her.
This conversation is over.
This is for real. Look how upset she is.
What up? This is day 32 of me being a boy. Over here we got my hockey stock. I'm real into sports. Got myself some weights down here because I'm on that testosterone. I'll show you what I can lift. Oh, gonna head over to the Home Depot, walk around there aimlessly for a bit. There is one thing I could use your guys' help for though. Do I need a prescription to get myself some Viagra? I know I don't have anything technically down there that like can get hard, but we already know I like to pretend. You know, I probably won't use them anyways, right? But I can always carry them around in my wallet to give out to random guys on the street who might need some Viagra.
Period poverty doesn't just affect women. Two-spirited, trans men, non-binary people, and genderqueer people can all have periods. And arguably, period poverty may be higher in these populations. Here's why. You ever seen a tampon dispenser or a box of free tampons in a men's bathroom? What about a period aisle not labeled feminine hygiene or pink boxes all around it? Periods can be a really tough and dangerous time for people that aren't cisgender women. So if you're donating period products or putting them out in your workplace or school, make sure they're in all bathrooms. Or at least that all people have access to these products. Because blood has no gender, baby.
Say white to remind people that white supremacy is everywhere. Because in order for true equality to happen, white supremacy has to be dismantled. And a lot of people are not even aware of their use of whiteness unless someone like me points it out by calling it white. In your case, you as a white woman telling an Asian woman how to speak on her account is a pretty privileged mindset. And maybe next time when you're about to do the very same thing, my annoying will ring in your ear.
So, hi, I'm Mama Rose. I go by she, her, they, them pronouns. And I can tell you right now, my period I experience every month is very real, very valid, and very painful. But you know what? You go ahead and keep invalidating trans women. You go ahead and keep telling them that their experience is not real. You go ahead and keep telling them that, because if that makes you feel like a real woman, if that makes you feel so big and important, sweetie, then you go do it. Trans women experience menstrual cycles. Not all of us. Oh no, not all of us. No. Some of us are lucky and don't have to go through it. And then some of us, like myself, go through it every month. Every month. The cramps, the bloating, the fatigue, the nausea, all of it. The only thing I don't get is a menstrual cycle. I don't bleed. That's the only difference. And if that is what makes a period for you, I am so sorry for you, because now you're also invalidating cis women. You know, cis women who don't have menstrual periods. And I have tried so hard to explain to you that you are invalidating the trans experience. And you can say, well, I'm not. No, we're done. We've had this conversation. You didn't want to listen. And now I'm going to be putting you on blast.
Hey, yo, this is day 100 of me being a boy.
And listen to this, bro. Today I'm going to the doctor to get checked for prostate cancer. Now, I see you guys all up in my comments, all you cis men, saying I'm making a mockery of men, or I'm trying to erase men, and I don't even have a prostate. I mean, what's with all the hate, man? This doesn't even affect you. This is my life.
That's
Leave me
right.
alone. Dudes.
Lauren Buckle 2 on TikTok. Go follow.
Us trans men and you cis men, we can work together to uphold the patriarchy. Our sisters in the trans woman community, they're already doing a great job of absolutely destroying the idea of feminism. We can help them.
Okay, so does your person look like they've been a victim of systemic racism?
Mommy, I don't know what that is.
Like, does it look like you have a racialized minority?
Mommy, what does it look like? That's silly.
Like, do you have a POC?
This is like
Is your
how
person a
liberal
POC?
parents probably are with their kids. So
Mommy,
soak this
I don't
in.
know what that is.
Does your person look like they should be given reparations?
Wow.
Mommy, I don't want to play this anymore.
Day 62 of being a girl, and y'all, we gotta catch up, okay? A lot be happening. As always, slay. Let's go get Starbucks together, because that is what type of girl I am. I am a Starbucks, Hydro Flask, you name it. That's me. Period. Let's go. Bag secured, period. I got a caramel iced macchiato. Duh.
I am at the gym in Arizona. He was undressing in the locker room, and Paul Bixler was in the women's locker room, and he looked at me, and I have called the police.
Until recently, he's used the men's locker room.
Wow, he's weird looking.
So he agrees himself.
Looks like
that he's
somebody
a
that
man.
would go into a girl's restroom.
I have told the police that I was in the locker room. A man was in there. I was getting undressed. He looked at me. He is a man in the women's locker room, and the response is that this is a touchy, sensitive issue in society.
Yep, there he goes, women's locker room. There's the man going in the women's locker room. Hope there's no one undressing in there.
This is still a touchy subject. This is still
There's
going
no
on
naked
with
women in there.
them being able to
There's
go
a man
into
in-
different
why isn't
restrooms. Look
anyone
how it's
warning the
affecting this
women?
lady, and there's nothing that's going to be done about it.
Just so everyone knows, he's not being arrested.
All right, we have to talk about this right-wing idea of parents' rights. It's literally just fascism. As far as I can tell, parents' rights means allowing parents to control their kids, even in ways that are harmful to their kids. I see educators' role as partnering with parents and other caregivers to form a collaborative support network for every child. However, some parents and caregivers unfortunately do not support their kids the way they should. The fact of the matter is, Parents and caregivers who reject their children's gender identities are not taking care of their children. Kids whose families refuse to affirm their child's true gender identity are at greatly increased risk of suicide attempts, self-harm, substance abuse, homelessness, low academic performance, and other serious mental health issues. Conservatives who claim that their real concern is parents' rights are just trying to use a family-friendly excuse for wanting trans people to not exist.
Well, assume that you asked this question in the way that you really want to learn. So I will explain all the ways that it is okay. Let's say that you're attracted to women. Well, if you're attracted to women, then you're attracted to cis women, trans women without bottom surgery, and trans women with bottom surgery. If you're attracted to VJ, then you could be attracted to a cis woman, a trans man without bottom surgery, a trans woman with bottom surgery.
Are you speaking English? I have no clue what you're talking about.
Which, depending on their assigned gender at birth, having or not having had the surgery.
I go by vampire pronouns. Sometimes when I feel, kind of like vampy.
Wow.
So my pronouns are vir or vire, vampire self, or like vir self. So like an example of that would be V went to the store. They're going to be right back. Taking care of vamp self. Vamp said that they really like chocolate cake, and V's gonna go buy some.
There's no way I can fit all of this in 60 seconds, so I'm gonna tell you this. If you go to Google and literally Google, how do white women uphold systems of white supremacy in education, you will get link after link after link after link that answer the question. Historically, our job as white women has been to uphold the status quo, and historically, as white women, we see ourselves as like an extension of the white man. And so with that comes wanting that same power. And one of the biggest ways that we gain that power is through our tears. So when we look at that from an educational standpoint, and I'm going to use discipline as an example because it was in the comments and it's pretty digestible. Like you can clearly see discipline when it's an example. As white teachers, when we say, oh, this student's giving me issues and they're put out of class, that fuels that school to prison pipeline, which is a white supremacist system that we are upholding.
Dreammaker. I'm a non-binary trans woman who is also a lesbian. My pronouns are fairy, fairy self. So love me, follow me. It'd be great to talk to you. And to all the transphobes out there, please don't talk to me. Because you guys are being rude.
What?
You remember, trans rights.
What is happening?
Okay, and when I don't, it's sort of like,
Hadabra Kadabra!
I get a lot of questions about our headmate who happens to be a duck, and what I need you guys to understand is that we have interacted with this guy twice. The first time was in our one and only Headspace meeting.
What are you talking about? What is happening here?
Stepping on everybody's feet. And the second time was when he fronted for like 3 seconds, and he looked at our arm and he thought, 40-year-old man's voice, like the voice of a 40-year-old man from Boston.
Hello, I am Doll. I am one of our abduct alters. When I front, I find it very difficult to remember things that the body requires.
You're just as steel as a doll.
How to move, how to blink, how to breathe, and how to speak.
Your eyes are facing different
For the purpose of filming
directions.
this video, I have Meredith co-conscious with me, so that I will not mess up. However, this is the third take. The first two, I forgot to breathe and or speak.
This is
I hope this
unbelievable.
helps you learn.
Hi, my name is Erin. I use she, her pronouns, and I am
Oh, yes!
Well, then it's a good thing that trans women are not men, but while we're on the topic, let's talk about it. Aside from the fact that trans women are not a threat to other women in the bathroom, it is equally unsafe for both trans women and cisgender women alike to go in a men's restroom. See, men don't want me in the bathroom looking like this. They want me to go back to being a man, and they're going to take any opportunity they can to antagonize a trans woman in an attempt to convince her to be a man.
I don't think a lot
So
of
the
people would
second
care.
a trans woman sets foot in a men's bathroom, she is unsafe. The second any woman sets foot in a men's bathroom, she's not safe. The majority of women understand this. Out of the thousands of bathrooms I've been
men
in,
would like
I've only
to go
had
to
an
the bathroom
issue
with other men,
2
just
times.
throwing it out
And
there.
despite what happened in both of those times, I would still never set foot in a men's restroom ever again.
When you're
you're 12 years old, you're like, I feel like I'm in the wrong body. And that's fine, like that's how you feel. And then if you continue that lifestyle, then that's your life. But my job as an adult and a human being is to respect the choices other people make.
Shouldn't we be able to define what it means to be born in the wrong body?
Well, we can define what it means to be in the wrong body.
Okay, what is that? What does it mean?
I feel like I'm in the wrong body. That's what it means.
For
I
example?
think children are extremely naive, and I think children will listen to the adults around them.
You know, 10-year-olds engage in magical thinking, right?
Absolutely. I'm a school counselor. That's my job. I literally do
Wow.
Have you changed since you were 10 years old?
Absolutely.
Did you learn some things since you were 10?
I would hope so.
So probably the way you think when you're 15 is a lot different than 10.
Your morals and your identity, those things for me haven't changed.
Well, when I was
And
10 years
what-
old, I believed Santa Claus came down my chimney and put presents under the tree.
Right, because children believe in magical thinking. Children
That's
are
a school
extremely naive,
counselor
and I
right
think
there.
Children will listen to the adults around them. I'm a school counselor.
I feel like I had to learn the concept of chosen families really young, and it wasn't anything to do with my queerness, but just based on the fact that I didn't have the love at home that I needed, and I knew that I was valuable and deserved it, so I found it on my own early on. And, you know, I shouldn't be blamed for that, because blood still exists. You were never there for me, and I found my own love, and that's okay, and I think everybody should be allowed to do that, and that's what I fucking teach in the classroom, okay? I always say give it to your friend, not your mom. And I don't know, I just am so sad. I am so sad.
Honestly, don't know what to do, but like, there was like...
We're being called a lady.
Basically, I was just getting a drink at the bar.
Again, that's what gender ideology does. It's like mentally drives them up the wall.
They were done drinking the drink. I went up and I was like, some people don't refer to themselves as ladies, but it's okay that you didn't know. And in a gay bar, so we should feel safe. Too bad, turned it around. They got so mad.
This was all supposed to set them free and make them feel the best me and be very happy. They all look like it, don't they?
Because he was like, are you serious? You're doing the same thing.
They're
to
all
me.
miserable.
How?"
Just miserable.
And then they kicked us out. I didn't think that was gonna happen. Like, how am I supposed to feel? This was the first time that I've like told somebody I felt brave enough to tell somebody my identity. And I just wanted to let him know, and I told him it's okay that you didn't know. He was still
Oh my
mad
gracious.
at me for being
How long is this going to go on for?
for my wife being themselves.
Dear goodness, why did we do that?
We were kicked out so fast. And I tried talking to the other person. He came over and was like, what's going on? It was another straight white man. When I told him he's just not respecting our identity and I don't understand why. And he was like, you know what, just leave. And I got kicked out of a bar.
One of my altars, Sunny, our inner world is surrounded by a forest. And occasionally, new altars will come out from that forest. Like, our demon altar, Shuhiel, emerged from that forest. So generally, our consensus is don't go into the forest. But Sunny's pretty new. He formed at Christmas, or technically shortly thereafter, but whatever. And no one told him, I guess, not to go into the forest, so he just kind of disappeared for a few days, maybe even a few weeks. I don't know, I wasn't really keeping tabs. And he reappeared the other day with a dog. I don't think the dog is an altar. But he has a dog now. Like, is this a thing that can happen, or am I I've got too much on my plate to, like, actually try and delve into this and, like, meditate on it and try to contact my altars and, you know, ask everyone about it. Because it's finals week. Does anyone have any advice? Or has anyone experienced something similar to this, where one of their altars just now has a pet in the inner world? Because I don't know what to do.
Outside and play. Let them piss off the neighbors a little bit. Because all my neighbors are pretty much Trump supporters.
Oh, nice. Getting your kids indoctrinated at an early age.
You guys having fun?
Wave your finger
Do you
at
know
the
you're
Trump
pissing off the
supporters.
neighbors?
But today was my first day using the men's staff bathroom at school, and it's just so boring in there. The women have nice soap and plants, and it smells kind of like a waterfall. I asked one of my colleagues about it, and he said that's just the way that it is, that it's like boring to be a man. But guys, we don't have to accept that. I've been on the other side. There is another way. Colorless misery doesn't have to be a secondary sex characteristic. There's still time to make the little things delightful if you're only brave enough. A singular Glade plug-in is not going to make you a girl, I promise.
So you're straight and you're really attracted to trans women, but you don't know what to call yourself. Open-minded, not a transphobe. A decent human being. A heterosexual. Trans women are women. So to say otherwise or to try to come up with a new label for your sexuality for being attracted to us would be othering and assuming that we are not real women when we are.
Two things to know. I'm non-binary, I go by they, them, and I work in a store that is pretty much all women. So whenever they're like addressing us or when they're talking, they're always like, hey ladies. So I've taken it upon myself as someone that is non-binary to use this to not listen. And whenever anyone addresses a group as ladies, I am not included. So when they say, hey ladies, let's like stop talking, or hey ladies, let's like get to work, I will do none of it because you're not talking to me. You're not talking to me. You're not talking to me.
Of course. I
will not listen to anything that is said when it is started with.
This destroys the mind, the body, and the soul. It's sad to watch what we're seeing right here.
The flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Doesn't like Dr. Seuss. She says he's a bad guy. Yeah, well, Dr. Seuss was mean to a lot of people. Why? Well, sometimes people are mean to others without reason when they're different than them. It's not very nice, and it's not okay. Who was Dr. Seuss mean to? He was mean to people who looked different to him and people who believed different things than he did. Oh, so he was racist like Donald Trump.
Question is that we need to talk to preschoolers about sexuality and gender because any later is too late. The long answer to this is that this is the age when children start to self-identify. They start to understand themselves and in relation to the world around them. They need to understand different gender diversity because the Academy of Pediatrics actually says that most children have a solid understanding of their gender identity by the age of 4, and that is inclusive of cis as well as trans and non-binary kids. Preschoolers are exposed to sexuality every day. Just look at literally any Disney movie where there is heterosexual kissing. It is normal to talk to kids about straight relationships and straight couples and nuclear heterosexual families. So why should queerness and queer families and queer sexuality be any different?
Kids have to go to the pediatrician a certain number of times for the first few years of their life. It's to make sure they get fully vaccinated, are growing on time, development is as it needs to be, yada, yada, yada. At the 3-year checkup, they ask a question to see if the children know the difference. So the pediatrician looked at Bug, and she said, are you a boy or a girl? Bug looked her in the eye and said, I'm a girl. The doctor kind of looked at me. I was like, all right, never heard about it before, but whatever. And ever since that day, she has told us that she's a girl. A little under a year ago, she started correcting us on her pronouns. I'm not a him, I'm a her. Don't call me he. Mommy, I'm not he, I'm she. It has been 2.5 years now that she has been out. I told her father when I figured she was getting close to telling him herself. Didn't want him to respond poorly.
This is just your friendly reminder that you are not blessed, you are privileged. Not hashtag blessed, hashtag privileged. So when you post pictures of your beautiful vacation or your healthy children or your lovely home and you write hashtag blessed, you are offensive because you were not chosen as one of God's favorites. You were given opportunities that other people were not, including access to healthcare, a job, health insurance, and there are many people in this world who are oppressed who do not have access or opportunity to have the things that you have. So you are not some man in the sky's favorite because you are better than others. You are privileged, and that's okay. Just use your privilege in a positive way and remember that you are not hashtag blessed.
Yeah,
Yeah. People use this talking point for cops too, you know? There are good cops. There are nice cops. But like every other day you wake up and like there's one that shot somebody in the back or like killed somebody at a routine traffic stop or killed a child. And it's like, maybe we don't need to trust cops. Or, you know, not all men, you know what I mean? Like, not all men are bad. And it's like, yeah, but like the majority of them commit violent crimes or sex crimes. So it's like maybe a case by case basis. You feel me? And here we are, white people, right? Not all white people are racist. Like, some of us have good characteristics. Like, yeah, but the majority of y'all like to vote for Trump and Republicans. So it's like, maybe we need to be a little bit hesitant about the white people that we allow into our space. You see what I'm saying?
My name is Tristan. I am the host of the Asylum System, and if you have met us, you have probably met me.
My name is Onyx. I am the primary protector of the Asylum System. I mainly hold traumas regarding adulthood abuse and adulthood abusers.
Hi, I'm Nikki. I'm the social protector of the Asylum System. I've been around for a very, very long time.
Hi, I'm Doe. They don't really know about me yet. I don't know if they'll see this until later, but it's a secret.
Hi, my name is Ginger. I'm a gatekeeper in the Asylum System, and they like to call me the filing cabinet of useless facts.
So, God, the reason why I use it is because as an agender person, I don't have a gender. So it's like I'm existing and I'm not existing at the same time. God, right? I am a being and I'm not a being at the same time, like God. So that's why people can get offended. That's fine, but nothing else validates my agenderness like that pronoun. And so if y'all want me to not be agender, that's fine. That just there's nothing on here. That's just like what happens. So yeah, those are my pronouns, and that's why I chose God.
Buckle up, everybody. It's time to talk about my pronouns. I use the pronoun set ne, nem, near. Ne, nem, near. And it's a gender-neutral pronoun set. It's a neopronoun. The word neopronoun makes it sound like it's not been around for very long. My specific pronouns have been around for over 100 years. Neopronouns are not that new of a thing. We just came up with new words that fit us better. It's fine. An example of how to use them would be the sentence, Nee went to the market with near friends who love nem. Nee went to the market with near friends who love them. So that is nem over there. This is near room. I really liked nem. He was nice. Not all non-binary people like neopronouns. Not all non-binary people use neopronouns. It's just personal to me.
Just to let your friends know what gender you're feeling today. Gender fluid edition. PSA that you don't have to do any of these. These are just things that I do. 1. Pronoun bracelets. You can get different colored bracelets with different pronouns on. For example, this one says she, her, this one says he, him, and this one says they, them. The colors also correspond to how I'm feeling. So black usually goes with my black male outfits. This usually goes with like my pink female outfits, and this usually goes with my non-binary outfit. Just a way to let your friends know what gender you're feeling today and how they can address you. Pins are also another good option. For example, I have this one that says they, them for when I'm feeling non-binary. 2. Clothing. Personally, I present very typically masculine when I'm feeling like a guy, and I present more ambiguously when I'm feeling like a non-binary, and when I'm feeling like a girl, I usually wear loads of pink. But anyone can wear anything that they want to, and it doesn't necessarily depend on gender. And finally, letting your friends know. Just tell them. That's it. Just tell them when you meet them. I'm feeling like this today, and can you dress me like this?
Oh my goodness. Has this left you guys speechless once again? I know in the beginning I said buckle up. You guys are used to seeing Libs of TikTok. But when you've probably been away from videos for a while and haven't really gone back to videos just like this one, it's still a shocker to think that there's people that think this way and live this way throughout society. We need to get the word out. You need to share a video like this with your friends to show them how people with these kind of disorders think and how they act every day in society is beyond me, that we promote this. And they are people in high-powered offices that look at this and say, you need to respect that. That's normal. It's normal for our kids as well. You better get with the program. And if you don't, we're going to cancel you. We're going to squash you. All that stuff that you guys are used to hearing from wokeism, and woke needs to die. We have opportunities to let woke die, and we need to do it through our vote. So make sure that you do it when we have the chance to vote, that we vote against woke. Let's do that. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. If you enjoyed what you seen, if you thought it was good content, do me a favor, give me a thumbs up. Let's get this going into YouTube's algorithm. And if you're not a subscriber to Freedom Wars, why are you not a subscriber? We're going to be putting videos like this out all the time from here on out. So make sure you hit the subscribe button, you smash that little bell so you're notified the second we post a new video. Thank you guys so much for all your support. But just like always, this video is over and I'll see you guys on the next one.